Joe, would you like to begin with Eldgrim the Viking Champion?
I would love to. As soon as I get this file back
people often mistake for a dwarf. And it's easy
They always do.
Because he looks a lot like a dwarf. Just saying.
Very short figure.
He's crippled.
Yeah.
Yo, these short kings out there, that's, it's just a full support for the short king. All right. Eldgrim, the Viking champion, is Yandar or Jandar, whoever you feel is more appropriate for that one. But Eldgrim, the Viking champion, is a human, unique hero. He's a champion, says it in the name. Valiant, medium 4, with a life of 3. Count them, 3 life, move 5, range 1, attack 2, defense 2, with a whopping 30 points. He's got 2 powers. What's that? Go ahead.
I was saying that shield's not doing much for him.
No, it is not, but I'm glad he has it, because the 2 shield can be quite defendable. I don't know. All right. He's got 2 powers. Overextended attack and warrior's swiftness spirit. I don't know. Is this the first Viking we've covered on the list? I think it is.
I think so. So
yeah.
It's good to dive into this.
Alphabetically, it would be.
Right. So overextended attack. After taking a turn with Eldgrim, you may place a wound marker on Eldgrim and take another turn with him. You may use this power only once during a round. And then we have Warrior Swiftness Spirit. When Eldgrim is destroyed, you may place this figure on any unique army card. Eldgrim's Spirit adds 1 to the move number on that card. So definitely a powerhouse when it comes to rushing him in, getting him killed, so you can stack him on top of your speedy boys on speedy unique army cards. Could go on a squad or hero. So very, very cool. I love that power. I think that's such an interesting game mechanic. Do you guys agree with that?
It's the great thing when it comes to the Viking units, the Viking hero units, is these spirit powers that allow you to basically raise the stats of your army, and so it's encouraging you to kill off your Vikings.
I love those. I love that mechanic.
Mm-hmm.
Spirit powers, I think, are... Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, spirit powers, I think they tend to be better for, like, the unique squads, but they can definitely be good as some heroes. Like, just off the top of my head, I've never seen anybody use this, but imagine a Hydra moving 6 with reach.
Yeah.
Like, almost nobody with range could stay away, and they could just chomp you up.
Absolutely. I went to a tournament 2 weeks ago, and somebody had an army with Maladrix, the Honor Guard, Eldgrim, what's the new Kyrie, the Revenant Kyrie that gives life drain? Kilcarax?
Kilcarax,
yeah.
Wow.
Had the VC Varkanen Manuvi. And who else? I think it was just those 3, and the guy was having all the other spirit characters killed off,
sure,
and transferred onto Maladrix. Wow! So it was an interesting combo, and yes, that was the game I won against.
Okay, still an interesting.
But Eldgrim
is a good filler unit, especially for 30 points. It's very good.
Yeah, he's an awesome filler.
Yeah, his best qualities are definitely his 2 powers. Usually for the Vikings, the spirit is like a big deal for them, but his overextend is the big deal for him, because you can just basically bond with him, throw him on top of the glyph, especially if you didn't go first, so you can get that initiative switch. And if they kill him off it, you just put him on somebody and they get a quicker move. But everybody at Gen Con with the uniques only, like... top 5 out of the top 8 had Eldgrim bonding with the bears, so he would just run, grab the glyph, so you can have 2 turns in a row and wipe out a bunch of your enemies' figures, or chase down the crowd and kill them all. So
we know how to code.
He's pretty dangerous.
Yeah. Yeah, with the overextended attack, I mean, it's one of the reasons probably because probably at 30 points you'd probably end up with 2 life, but because they overextended the attack, that's why you have that additional life. I think just for that reason. Otherwise, it wouldn't work as well.
Yeah. Lore. Let's look at some of the lore.
Let's do it. Can you see those words, or are you gonna actually? Okay.
I can zoom in with no problem.
Okay.
You might have to zoom in.
Yeah,
a lot for your viewers.
Audience need to see these words, so I'm gonna zoom in a little bit more, so we can kind of see it. And the bleed of the blue is like.
Yeah. This is where I'm kind of glad.
This is a good lore.
We got some audio listeners, because this is going to be more enjoyable for them.
Yeah, shout out to everybody on Spotify.
Wherever you listen,
wherever you're listening. Yeah, wherever you're listening to your podcast.
However you're listening to this.
Because it's grown.
Right.
It's grown.
I spent 2 years in a Dreadgrull prison hold. 2 long, miserable years. Every last day was spent worrying about the fate of my friends and allies. We faced the gulls, outnumbered 5-1 in the past. We were fools! The gulls stripped our numbers down to nothing, as I sat in the dirty hole of a holding cell, eating gods know what off of a grimy steel plate. I thought myself at that last Tarn Viking alive. 1 second my Tarn brothers were running alongside me in those cursed woods, and the next they were gone. Vanished! Some evil hex cast by Ulrich. I was sure of it. Why had the Dreadgulls captured me alive? Never before had I seen them take a prisoner. Always was death and defeat. And yet, I was spared. My thoughts turned dark in that cell. Time and time again, I'm imagining ending it all. When one fateful day, the dirty, stinking gull that delivered to me what they called food made a fatal error. He got careless and stuck his hand too far into my world. I jumped and grabbed hold of him, pulling him hard into the iron rods. When he fell, I lifted his keys, and there was no hope in escape. What would I escape to? I vowed to vanish Ulrich, and I would fight every last gull to do it, if I had to. Jandar spared me from death at the hands of Ulrich's guard. He summoned me to Valhalla. I'm a torn man. My Tarn brothers lived on, and for that, Jandar has my gratitude. But why? Why was I left to rot, while they were given a new and noble cause for which to fight? Why did it take 2 years of torture for Jandar to summon me as well? I am not the same man they left in the woods of Corland, Eldgrim of the Viking Tarns.
So, there's your backstory.
That's a powerful lore.
That's awesome.
Backstory of that character. Well, it's good that he's like well used, by the community for sure.
So down here on the list here, probably should have went over this right after we talked about the card, but rulings and classifications. So for anyone that with questions about how some of these powers work in certain specific situations, for the overextending attack with 1 life left, can you place a 3rd wound marker on Eldgrim and take your last turn according to overextended attack? No! You cannot do that. As soon as you place the 3rd wound marker on Eldgrim, he would die and be removed from the game. So you technically can take the wound from the overextended, you just can't take the turn. So if you want to end him quickly, you can. Warrior Spirit, Swiftness Spirit, which unique army card? For Warrior Swiftness Spirit, it just says place this figure on any unique army card. Can I place Eldgrim on any unique army card in the game, including my opponent's? On any friendly card, or only my own unique army card? You may place Eldgrim on any unique army card that is in play. It can be friendly army card or an opponent's army card. Now, why would you want to do that? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. But that's interesting.
I mean,
no, I want to put Finn on the opponent's cards.
Like, Can someone out there tell me why you would ever want to do that? I think that could be just a flaw in the writing.
You power them up just to destroy them anyway and show them that they didn't stand a chance.
It's just to give them false hope.
Yeah, I mean, the only other thing I could imagine is if maybe in the future, and I'm saying this, obviously this is over 10 years old when this character came out, but understanding that power that you can, because it usually, a lot of the other cards that say only on friendly figures or whatever, but the fact that it doesn't, it'd be really cool. For example, my favorite VC army card is the Maro Nids. And you can place the Marinids on unique heroes, or just, I guess, heroes in general. And I wonder if we can get some kind of spirit power that has a negative effect. And that way, it's where it's like, oh, your character is now being haunted by such and such character, and now you're gonna take a wound every turn, or you get fewer less defense, or fewer less attack, or something. That would be
a fun dynamic.
Yeah.
Because they're gonna know that they don't want to kill the thing either, but
right, yeah. It's like it's such a dilemma. It's a fear tactic. And actually, right? It's like, oh, I'm gonna move in, gonna kill him.
Justin makes a good point in the chat though, because it's a must ability. If you only have commons left in your army, you must place it on your opponent's unique card. So actually, it could give the opponent an advantage if you have no uniques to put it on. So that's something else to think
about. Thank you, Justin.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That is a good thought.
Yeah, I guess the same goes for our custom situation as well. All right, Warrior Spirit optional ability. Yes, I think this is what we're just going over, right? Do you have to place Eldgrim on a unique army card once he is destroyed, or is Warrior Spirit an optional ability? It is an optional ability. You are not forced to help your opponent's figures, so you don't. I guess in that sense, you don't have to. Right? It's not a must ability. Just solve that problem. Yeah.
We learned and unlearned something in a matter of 5 seconds.
We were like, oh wow, that's fascinating.
That's about how Heroscape goes.
What's the point? What was the point of this conversation now? I don't know. See, and this has
literally been my whole experience with Heroscape, is learning the rules and then realizing it's wrong and learning the right rules.
You must unlearn what you
all right,
learned.
Very cool. All right, Warrior Spirit, placing destroyed Eldgrim on cards whose units are not on the board. Can I place Eldgrim's Warrior Spirit on the Airborne Elite Army card, even though the Airborne Elite have not yet dropped? Yes, you can place it on the unique army card, yours or your opponent's on the battlefield or not. This includes the Airborne Elite before they drop, as well as Wretcheds. However, you do not get to use any of the special powers on that army card if the order marker is turned over and they are not on the board. Yeah, it's pretty obvious. So that's pretty cool, because now even for the what are they called? All the critters that don't spawn on the board. So now we know that for them as well.
Yeah, the fur guys, yeah.
All them
the gliders, glide strikers.
Glide strikers, yeah.
Them fur guys, yep.
Imagine giving them extra attack before they even came down.
Yeah, cool. And then they just never come down.
Well, they actually just put a turn on them and they automatically come down. So, yeah. But kind of cool.
Synergies. Knights of Weston and the Murderk Warriors have human champion bonding. As a human champion, Eldgrim may be activated by Knights of Weston's and Murderk's Warriors human champion bonding. Oh, here we go. Frostclaw Paladins! Jandar champion bonding. As a champion who follows Jandar, Eldgrim may be activated by the Frostclaw Paladins for Jandar champion bonding. So yeah, it's good to see that the AOA has been updated on Heroscapers.com. That's fantastic.
It's that part.
Yeah. Synergy benefits offered. The 4th Mass Valiant Army bonus. He is Valiant, Eldgrim. Having a Valiant personality, Eldgrim may aid the 4th Mass in their Valiant Army defense bonus. The Murderk Warriors, Highland Fury. As a human champion, Eldgrim may be chosen for Murderk Warriors Highland Fury, offering attack bonuses.
Not that you should.
Again, I don't think that's a smart plan either, but you could.
You could give a headache to your opponent. You know, you'd still get killed, but he might kill some other guys too.
Yeah. Warrior Swiftness Spirit 1 and a unique army card. Swiftness Part 1 may benefit the unique army card still in play. Would you like me to list all of them?
No.
Yes, please.
For those huge fans of the C3V and the SOV, we do have some synergies for you guys as well. Just like Sir Auric, Brother's Call, as a human who follows Jandar, Eldgrim the Viking Campion, may aid Sir Auric with his Brother's Call movement bonus. Synergies benefits received. Captain John Varen, which we have covered in the past on the channel. Purple Heart, as a human who follows Jandar, Eldgrim the Viking Champion may benefit from Captain John Varen's Purple Heart wound reassignment.
Although why you would want to, you know.
Don't know. Yeah, once again, I don't know if you want. That's actually still a good point.
It's like, sorry, Eldgrim, we love you, but you need to die. So, you know.
There's so much you can work with, but yet all we want you to do is not be on the board.
That's why Jandar left you in the prison. So it'd be easier to kill.
That's the point of the lore story. Exactly. Jandar's like, I know your value. Now die.
And then we have the fantastic Ebon armor as animated material and Eternal War as unique human figure. A destroyed Ebon armor you control may be placed on Eldgrim the Viking Champion's army card to replace Eldgrim the Viking Champion upon his own destruction. Which actually
that should be kind of smart.
That would be smart, yeah. And it looks like for power rankings,
pretty solid.
Jarek says A-, Oreo says B+, Cleon saying a tier 8 because that's a whole different system apparently that he has, and then Doc saying
is
A-,
his own different system.
as a VC inclusive. So
yeah,
very cool. So obviously a very good unit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like with some of the new stuff coming out, maybe he won't be quite as high because they might be able to do some of the same stuff, maybe even in different ways than he can. But
sure.
Right now, I mean, people use him all the time to go grab glyphs, like we were talking about and everything. So
he's a glyph grabber. He's a good distraction.
You would agree?
Send him out.
Well-beloved unit, basically. Well-used, well-beloved unit, I would say.
Yeah, and one thing you have to think about too is that if by chance you did not want to win initiative, this is the type of character. This is why you have this character in your army. You send him out, to allow your units, to allow your opponents to come in a little bit closer, to attack him, and then you can revolt and go back with your army. Either that's the 10th Reg or 4th Mass or 12 or 16 different Morrow characters, whichever you choose.
It's a great cheap way to give a buff to your army, for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else we want to say before we end this one?
Yeah. So just for process of elimination, Austin, was this the unit?
No.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Interesting. Okay.
Otherwise,
so
I'd have
more
read
units.
it.
We'll find out.
Otherwise, I have read it. So
tune in, everybody.
Tune in, everybody.
Try to find out.
All right, so this is taking a look at Eldgrim the Viking Champion, the first of us looking at the Viking Champions, which they're one of the things that makes Heroscape great. So definitely a unit you should, and as far as like cost or purchasing this miniature, which usually we talk about too, just to end, it's fairly easy to get. Let's say that fairly easy unit to get if you're looking for them. So
I think it'd be cool to have like a common Viking squad.
I think so too.
Honestly,
all you got's uniques.
You're not wrong. You absolutely are not wrong. All right, so that's taking a look at Eldgrim the Viking Champion for your consideration for a Heroscape collection.